What's up, guys? Tom Davis here, America's Canine Educator. On this episode, I'm going to teach you guys how to teach your dog how to stand. Stand is exactly how it sounds. The dog is on all fours. Stand is used in multiple different arenas in obedience, but I'm just going to teach you how to do it if you ever need to do it or you want to do it. So I can teach her how to down, which you guys have seen, sit, of course, and then stand. And so I'm just throwing another behavior in there to keep her busy and to, utilize her full potential of being super smart. And so stand is not typically pretty hard to teach, however, depending on the dog you have and the motivation you're using. Today I'm just using food, so I didn't feed her breakfast because I knew she would be drivey for food, because I always teach her how to do different behaviors with food, so that way I don't have to tug with her and stuff with balls and etc. And so I'm going to go back a little bit, go to left. Good. So I'm going to ask her to sit. Sit. Yes. Good. So I mark it with yes, let her know she did the right thing, reward her with food. Sit. Yes. Good. Doesn't know it. Stand, 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 stand. By the end of this video, hopefully within 10 minutes, she'll learn how to stand. Go to stand. Yes. Good stand. Yes. So I lured her out, and I rewarded her immediately when she got into her stand. Go to sit. Good. Stand. Yes. Good stand. Good. Good stand. Go to sit. No. Yes. Stand. Yes. Good stand. Good stand. Luring her back out. Go to sit. Good sit. Stand. Yes. Good stand. Yes. So I'm luring her out with food. And the moment she gets into the position I want, I reward her for it. Sit. So go to stand. Yes. Good. Go to sit. Good. Plutz. Sit. Good. Stand. Yes. Good stand. Stand. Good stand. So I always, sometimes I free shape her, which means she always does the behavior that I'm looking for, just because she's a crazy dog and likes to twirl around and do fun things. Now I'm actually luring her out with food and teaching her a new behavior. Sit. Sit. Good. Stand. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. So I bring my hand out just a little bit, and she's going to use her head and her momentum to go forward. And then I immediately mark her because she knows yes means that she did the right thing, and she gets rewarded for it. So I'm luring her out to get out of the sit or the down position, and the moment she gets up into a stand, yes, you reward. Good girl. Go to sit. Good girl. Stand. Yes. Good girl. Sit. Stand. Yes. So now I'm going to rep it out. So I rep it out, teaching new behaviors, rapid fire type thing. Sit. Yes. Stand. Good girl. Sit. Yes. Stand. Yes. Good girl. Sit. Good girl. Platz. Good girl. Sit. Good girl. Stand. Yes. Good girl. Good stand. Good stand. So I'm just pumping that good stand, good stand, good stand into her. And pretty soon I'm going to ask her to do it without a lure. I'll go to sit. I'm going to go again. I'll go to sit. Good girl. Stand. Yes. Good. Stand. Yes. Good. Stand. Yes. Good. So it's kind of like a machine when you're working with her, because she understands what I'm telling her, because I taught her to understand the markers that I'm giving her. Yes means yes, you did the right command, and no means that's not what I'm looking for. And so I ask her to do something. Look, go to sit. Yes. Good girl. Now it's going to be really clear when I get her into a stand. Stand. Yes. Good stand. Good stand. Good girl. Go to sit. Good girl. Stand. Yes. Good girl. So she popped up. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that pop up. And it's going to be harder for her to do it out of a down than it is a sit. So I'm working her on a sit to a stand first. Go to sit. Good girl. Lure. Stand. Yes. Good girl. See that pop? That's what I'm looking for. She's really putting the enthusiasm into I'm getting up. And that's what I want. That's what a stand command is for me. Stand. Yes. Good girl. Good stand. Go to stand. Stand. Yes. So now what I'm doing is I'm really driving it home with her. So I ask her to do something. She's already in that position, right? So I'm going to drive it home to her. Look, go to stand. Yes. Good stand. Good stand. Good stand. Same as if you were to teach her in a sit and she's in the position, yes, good stand, girl, good stand. And she's like, well, I'm getting food for standing here. And essentially, yeah, she is, but in the end, I'm going to use it as a behavior and a marker with everything else that she knows. We'll go to sit. Good girl. Stand. Yes, good girl. Good stand. Good girl. Good job. So now I directed the camera down a little bit so you can see her behavior because that's really what's important. We'll go to come. Good girl. We'll go to sit. Good. Stand. Yes, good stand. Stand. Good stand. We'll go to sit. Good girl. Stand. Yes. So see how she sprung up like that? Good girl. Good job, sweetheart. Look where to sit. Good sit. Look where to stand. Yes. Good girl. Boom. And there she got it. So after about 5 minutes of reps, she understands, not fully, but she's starting to get into that position. Sit. Good girl. Good. And I always reward a dog no matter what they're doing. So if we're teaching him a new command and we ask him to do sit, something as simple as a sit, I'm still rewarding. Because that way the new command is just as clear. Because she does something, I reward her for it. Go to stand. Yes, good girl. Good stand. Good girl. Sit. Good girl. Stand. No. Stand. Yes. So she's starting to get that she has to stand up. She's doing it with enthusiasm. She wants to punch right towards me, which I'm going to break in a little bit. Sit. Good girl. Stand. Yes, good girl. Good stand. Good girl. Good girl. Sit. Good girl. Plots. Ah, yeah, I messed it up. Plots. Plots. Quarter plots. Good girl. Sit. Good. Stand. Stand. Yes, good girl. So she comes out of her position into a stand, and that's what I'm rewarding. Go to sit. Good girl. Stand. Yes. Stand. Yes. Stand. Yes. So it's really simple. If you have a really good communication with your dog, I ask her to do something, and she does it, and she gets rewarded for it. So I developed her that way. So I ask her to do something. Look her to sit. Yes, good girl. She knows that that's what she needed to be doing. So now when I ask her a new command like stand, as she does it, she's going to be really clear that that's the right behavior because I'm indicating and I'm marking the command. And she understands that very well. Look her to stand. Yes, good girl. Sit. Sit. Good girl. Stand. Yes, good girl. Sit. Good girl. Stand. Yes, good girl. Sit. Stand. Stand. Yes, good girl. Good girl. Look where to sit. Plots. Good. Now I'm going to move her up to a stand. Stand. Yes, good girl. Sit. Good girl. Plots. Good girl. Stand. Yes, good girl. Sit. Good girl. Plots. Good girl. Stand. Yes, good stand. Good stand. Go to sit. Plots. Good girl. Sit. Good girl. Plots. Good girl. Stand. Stand. Yes, good girl. Good stand. So it's a little sloppy, but she's doing what I'm asking, and in the future I can tighten it up however I'd like. Sit. So I took out my place command for 2 reasons. One reason is to show you guys how to tighten up your place command. So I found Lakota wanted to heel or left or recall to me all the way. And so what this does is it's going to target the stand command into one specific spot. And so this will tighten up the stand command. When she goes down into a sit or she goes down into a down, she'll pop right back up and stay stationary. This is something that's kind of hard for her because she's extremely food motivated right now. And this is also just something so you guys can see that if your dog doesn't like downing or sitting on hard surfaces, you could always just use a place command or a cot to help with the stand position, especially from a down into a stand. So here's a good example of exactly what I was talking about. You can see Lakota wants to come off that place pretty bad, but then she corrects herself. And so I'm targeting the stand to stationary. So I ask her to stand, and every time she's doing it, which is nice. And so I'll put her into a down or a sit like that, and I'll ask her to stand, and I will bring her the reward so she doesn't get off of that place and come to me, because I don't want her to recall when she's standing. I want her to stand in a stationary position. So if you're having issues with the stand and the dog recalling to you, just use a place command and keep them in that stationary spot, and that'll tighten everything up. And I think it'll help you out a lot. And so that's my down video, just a couple tips and tricks on how to get that done. She's nowhere near as perfect, but practice, 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 and she'll develop nicely. So now I can put her into a down, a sit, and a stand, and really, really work her mentally and just utilize her capabilities of being a really intelligent dog. And so I hope this video helped you guys, and if you have any questions, leave them below in the comments. So if this video was helpful to you, or do you think it'd be helpful to your friends or family, please share it with them. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel below. You can work with me, America's Canine Educator, online at www.americascanineeducator.com, listed below. You can join my online portal, work with me every single day, and travel with me. Grow your dog business, work at wolf sanctuaries. Most importantly, fix your dog problems. I've had a huge success rate online by FaceTiming people, and it's just been incredible. I honestly didn't know how it would work at first, and I got to tell you, it's just as easy to train a person how to train their dog via FaceTime and help them out through video. So thank you guys so much for your valuable time. Don't forget, every single Monday I'm going to be doing this on my YouTube channel. So you keep asking questions, and I'll keep answering them.